Stress is a libido killer for anybody, male or female. It doesn't matter. We have a lot of stress in our lives right now in in our world. It's an understatement, and I think that I don't want you to underestimate the power that that has on how you feel um, intimately, sexually, relationally. Even a lot of times, it's just easier to not talk, not discuss, not argue, not fight. It's just an energy sucker. And so stress is always at the top of that list. But also, depending on your age, there's parent child dynamics, there's raising kids, there's job stress, there's scorekeeping, there's lack of sleep, there's hormone imbalance in terms of just the physical issues that concern our libido and our felt level of intimacy. So it's kind of all over the place. It's widespread, which is why it's so important when I start working with individuals or couples to really understand what's going on in their life, not just to dive into, all right, well, let's figure out how we can improve libido, if that's a concern, or make you guys start talking, or, whatever might feel a little bit more of a concern. I like to take it back at the beginning and say, okay, well, what else is going on in your life? Where are you at in life transitions? Where are you at in child rearing, child raising, childbearing? Where are you at there? Because there's just so much that's at stake.
And is that stress? Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you're having these conversations with couples, do you do sessions where you speak to the one spouse alone versus, separately, I guess, just to get to some of the heart of that?
Yeah, it's a great question, because most of the time people are surprised to know that I do split you up at the beginning, especially if it's sex or intimacy concerns. One, I want to hear from you as an individual, because that's where it begins. Each person is in a relationship individually first, right? And what that means is what you have on your plate as an individual, you bring into the relationship. And I want everybody to take ownership of that, but also understand that they can be heard as an individual with their own concerns. The other thing that I do is I always screen for any kind of domestic violence, any kind of sexual trauma, in or outside of your relationship. It doesn't mean that I am worried there's any of that going on in your relationship, but I want you to have the space to discuss anything that you feel is more private with me first. First and foremost is client safety, and also that voice. And so most of the time, I'd say 99% of the time, I will split up a couple that presents for anything to assess them as individuals first. So yeah, absolutely. It happens every single time. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you if I've done that to you.
And the stuff, excuse me, the stuff that they're bringing into those conversations. And you mentioned stress being one, and I imagine that stress impacts both men and women.
Oh, yes.
But then outside of the relationship, you said things that you're bringing into it, right? So can you talk about that a little bit? And is that something you're not just talking within the relationship, something that you like, things that happened within your relationship? You're going back, right? Is that what you're saying? You're going back.
I'm going back. And this doesn't mean you have to lay on my couch prostrate and tell me everything that happened in your childhood. So don't get stressed about that. It means that I like to connect dots, and I like for people to feel like they can connect their own dots, right?